Hey guys, welcome back to this series of tutorials where we are building a food delivery app with React Native and Firebase. In the previous tutorial, we did begin coding the back end. We started with the authentication, and in this video we're going to proceed from where we stopped. So I don't waste a lot of time. I won't waste a lot of time trying to explain what we did in the previous video. You can just check in the playlist. I think this is video number 23rd. I think the previous one was 22nd. You can see exactly what you've done. So for those that have been following, we're going to proceed with the sign up screen today. And if it's your first time to watch this video, I will recommend you also to watch the previous ones so that you are on the same page with everyone else. Otherwise, let's begin coding. You can open your Visual Studio Code or any code editor that you are using. I'm using the Visual Studio Code. You can go to your source folder, and inside your source folder, go to the screen folder, and inside the screen folder, go to the auth folder. Inside the auth folder, we're going to create a screen that we're gonna call sign up screen. Create a new file and create a sign up screen, because this is the name of the screen that we're going to create. So create a sign up screen.js file, and let me just show you what the sign up screen looks like. Right now in your app, if you click on create an account, you see that nothing is happening. And in the previous video we did create the account directly in Firebase, but that's not the way to do it. Your users should be able to create an account from the app. They have to be able to sign up from the app, and to do that you have to make sure that when you click on create account here, this directs you to the sign up screen, or if you are here and click on create an account, it should also take you to sign up screen. Let me just show a demonstration from the final app. For example, if you are here, I will click on create an account. It will take me to this screen. This is the sign up screen that we're going to build today. The user can enter their phone number. They can change the countries to make sure that the code matches with the country which they are in. We're going to implement all these features, and so you can create an account there, and by simply providing the email, name and password as well as phone number. Also, if you are in the sign-in screen and if you see that you don't have the login details, or if you forgot your password, we're gonna implement all that. Yeah, and if you create an account, you click on create an account, it will take you again to the create account screen. So this is about it. This is about what we're going to create or code in this video. Alright, you can now go back to your sign up screen.js file that you've just created. I'm going to create a functional component, and I'm simply gonna type there sign up screen. That's all that I'm going to do. And here in the style sheet, we're going to create, I'm going to paste some styles so that you don't have to waste time typing styles. There's a lot of styles that are created for this screen, so I'm simply going to paste them, and you're gonna be pausing your video to type, or else I will also leave the GitHub link where you can find the styles. I'm going to copy the styles, and so these are the styles. So what I will do, I'll start from the top. You can be pausing your video and we tap them. These are the stars. I'm going to scroll again. I'm going to scroll again, so you can have time to type all these stars, or else you can copy them from GitHub. I'm going to scroll again. So you can pause the video and tap these stars, so we can save time. You don't have to be typing all these stars. It's really a lot of stars to type. You're gonna have a very long video if you have to type all this. But otherwise, I think that's about all the stars. No, there's still a bit more. And let me scroll again down. Yeah, that's all the stars. So I assume that you have all the stars, and if you're having troubles with any stars or anything, just type in the comment. I will attend to it as quick as possible. And that being said, you can now save this file. And this is just a simple React Native component showing sign up. And inside this view, I'm going to pass a style, and I'm going to say this will be stars.container. And that being said, right now we cannot access this screen. The first thing that we have to do, we have to register this screen into our navigator, so that we are able to navigate to it as well as from it. So go to the navigation folder, and I think this should be part of the auth stack if I'm not mistaken. Let's just try that. What we're going to do is, you don't have to retype all this code. Simply copy one of this. I'm copying the first component auth, the sign-in screen. Just copy that, and I'm going to duplicate it. I'm going just to paste it below the sign-in again. Paste it there. And this, I'm going to call it sign up screen. Sign up screen. And the component will be the one that we've just created now. The screen that we've just created now, that will be the sign up screen. Sign up screen. And this will be imported automatically. You can see I have the sign up screen here on top imported. So now we have registered our screen inside the auth stack navigator. Let's try to see if we will be able to navigate to it. Now we should be able to navigate to it from the sign-in screen as well as the sign-in welcome screen. So let's start by the sign-in welcome screen. Go to your screen folder again, and auth screen, and go to sign-in welcome screen.js file, and we have to find the create an account button. This is the button which create an account for us. This is the button. So we're going to add an event listener to this button, which is on press event. So what we'll do is, on press, we simply want to navigate to the sign up screen. So we're gonna say navigation dot navigate, and we're going to the sign up screen. And let's just make sure that we have passed navigation prop to this component. Yes, the navigation prop has been passed there. Make sure that is the case for your project. And that being said, let's save this, and I'm going to run my emulator, because right now what is running is the demo project. which is the final or complete project. I'm going to just stop my current server and let me close this. Going to run the new project npx React Native run Android. This will begin building the project, and while it's building, we also have to make sure that we are able to create an account even from the sign-in screen. If someone wanted to sign in and they realized that they didn't have an account, and they should be able to sign in from this screen. If you just click on create an account, you should be able to be taken to the sign up screen. So go to the sign in screen, which is under your screen folder, and then under the auth screens, and then you go to sign in screen.js file. Inside this screen, you scroll down until you find the sign up screen or sign up button, which is here. So what we'll do, you can just copy what we've done in the sign in welcome screen, the event that you have added, which is this. Copy this on press event, copy that and go to the sign in screen, and on the create an account button, paste it at the bottom and save that again. And again, make sure that you have your navigation prop passed to this screen, and in my case this is fine. So let's see if the project did build. Okay, it's giving us an error, can't find colors. Oh, okay, remember I did just add some styles. I did add some styles to this project. So go to the sign up screen that we've just created. You have to import the colors from our global styles. This should be from global, and then that will be from stars. Okay, and let me just make this screen smaller. Let me save. Let's see if everything is fine or there's still a problem. Okay, it looks like the problem is sorted. Now if I click on create an account, I'm expecting to be taken to the sign up screen. Let's see. Awesome, there we have sign up screen. And if I go back to the welcome screen, if you go to sign in and click on create an account, it will take it to sign up screen again, and then back again. So we have our sign up screen registered into the stack navigation or the auth stack navigation. Now we can begin coding this sign up screen. This will be very simple and straightforward. So we can delete this, delete that, is not needed anymore. And the first thing that we're gonna do, we have first to import. It's gonna have to be in a scroll view. Import scroll view from React Native, and let's add that scroll view here because we want everything to be inside the scroll view. And inside the scroll view, there's a prop that is the keyboard should persist tabs, and we have to pass that to make sure that the keyboard does not hide our text. So make sure this is set to always. And inside this, going to create a view. Let me show you what we're gonna be creating right now. You create this text here, sign up text. So just open a view, and to this view we're going to pass some styles, and this will be styles dot view 1, and inside this view we're going to pass the text component, and the text component will simply say sign up. So this is what we've written here, and apart from that, we're going to add a style to this text. It should be styles dot text 1. So let's go back to our app. Let's go to sign up, create an account, and let's save and see what we have. Okay, we have the text here, but this is not exactly what we want to have. First of all, you must have this header. We must have this header here, and to create this header, you will see that this header is the same as what is in the sign-in screen. So let's go to your sign-in screen.js file. You will see that there's the header component. If you scroll a bit until the beginning of your return, you will see that you have this header component. You can simply copy this. Let me make this big. You can copy this header component from your signin.js file, copy that and paste it in your signup.js file. So on top here, above the scroll view, just paste that, and the text should be, let's see what is supposed to be the text. It should be my account still and everything, so everything is the same. So we can just save that and let's see what will happen. You can go to your project and save it. Okay, say you can't find the header component, so you have to import the header component first, and above on top there you can import. This will be header, and this is from component, and then you choose header. So make sure you import that and save it. That should clear the error. Now if I go to create an account, it seems like we still have errors. Oh yes, we must pass the navigation prop to this component, navigation, and what other prop we need to pass. Okay, that should be it. All the errors should be cleared now. Now let's go to create an account. Still giving an error. Okay, I think the header component, I see why we're having this error. The problem is that I'm trying to import it a wrong way. It's exposed as default, so I shouldn't put it inside the bracket. Remove that and save. Let's see, create. Awesome. You have my account, and you can navigate back, and you can again go back to the sign up screen. That is working for us. and the text here is supposed to be orange as well. If you see the final up, the text is orange. So let's see why is it not orange in our case. We're passing the text one. So scroll down to find this text one style, and we will see how to change the color. Text one here is text one, and the color we should change this to button colors. Let's see this, if this will work for us. Awesome. So the sign up there is changed the color. That's good. Now you can scroll again. Before we continue, we did install the Formik library in the previous video, so we're going to import that as well here. We can simply copy that from the sign-in screen and copy that Formik and paste it also here. We're going to use that in this screen as well, because we're going to be working with text input. We have to make sure that we handle those text input easily. So import Formik, we have imported that, so we're going to use that. And Formik requires some props, and the first one is the initial values. So before we go to that, we have first to create those initial values. What should be the initial values of our text input? In this case, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 text input. We're going to create initial values for each one. It's going to be an object. So we're going to say const initial values. This will be equal to an object. The first value will be a phone number, and we're gonna say phone number. Just pass phone number, and this will be an empty string. And apart from that, we're also going to pass the names, which will also be an empty string, name of the user. This will be an empty string. We're going also to pass the family name. I'm gonna say family name, empty string as well. And going to pass, also give password. This will be an empty string as well. And finally, going also to pass the email, empty string as well. And sometimes the username, okay, let's also just pass the username, because here we just have the normal name and family name. We will see. Let's also give it a username. That will be also an empty string. Now we can go back to Formik. We can pass the initial property to it. Initial values to it. Going to pass the initial value property to it, initial values, and this will be equal to initial values. We pass the object that you've just created, and then we're also gonna say on submit. What must be done on submit? We're going to say when this event happens, we simply grab some values, the values of our text input, and then we call a sign up function. And we pass those values to it, like that. So let me make this bigger. So this is what I've done. Now we need to begin coding the text input, but that we have first to pass the prop from Formik to it. Gonna say props. Sorry. Say props. And this will return the Formik forms. And this to be on the same line like that. Now inside this, we're going to return the form, and we're quickly gonna do this. Open a view, and to this view we're going to pass some stars. This will be star equal to stars dot view number 2. And inside this we're going to pass another view, and inside this view we're going to pass a text component. And inside this text component we're going to ask a question which is new on express food. Just say new on express food question mark. And then here I'm gonna pass some stars. This will be stars text 2. And once you have that, I'm going to open another view, and inside this view we're going first to create something. We're going to create a star, pass a star to it. I'm gonna say stars. This will be stars dot view 4. And now this view will accommodate different text input. Let's just save and see what we're doing so far. What does it look like? Go to your project. Let me make this small. And so I'm going to save this. Okay, we have something there. New on express food. This is the text that you've passed here. So it's being underlined. I don't know why is it underlined. We're going to see this is new on express food. Okay, let's first continue. You will see what it looks like just now. We're going to solve this, but for now let's create the first text input, which will be open a view, and inside this view we pass another style. This will be style stars 5 view 5. Let me make this big again. Now inside this view we're going to pass a text input. Before we do that, we have to import it from React Native. Import text input from React Native, and once that is done, then you can use that text input component, text input self-closing tag, and we're going to pass some props. The first one is placeholder, which we're going to say mobile number, and second one gonna be star. We need to pass some stars to this text input. We're just gonna say stars dot input 1. Since this is for phone number, we just want the keyboard to be numeric paired, so we're going to pass a keyboard type prop. Keyboard type, can take that one, and we're going to say number paired, and autofocus. Yes, we want this first one to be focused. Can pass it through, and on change text, we're going to be listening from this event, and we say props. These props are from Formik, so we're going to say handle change, and then we pass the user name. So it's going to be checking for the username text input and handling the change in this text input. And for this to work, you must first initialize the Formik with the initial values. You're going to see that we have username here, and the same username is there. So if you don't have this, you will get some problems. And actually, instead of passing username, you're going to pass phone number. This is phone number. Let's say phone number, like that. And what else? We have to then grab the value from this text input. Gonna say value, we get it again from Formik. This will be from props. We access the values, and then we take phone number. So we're going to save this and see what it will look like. Let me save. Okay, you have the first text input, which is looking not too bad, but I want to have some margin on top here. So you can scroll down to view 5, and you don't actually need this percent. Can delete that. We're just gonna say margin top. I'm going to say this will be, I want to give it margin top of 20. Let's see what happens. I'm going to save. Okay, there's something that's not right. Let me see. I'm just checking what's the problem here. Okay, I see the problem. What we should do is first of all, delete this view with stars.view4. Delete that and delete it at the bottom as well, and scroll down, go down, copy the view 6. Okay, we actually don't even have to copy, just try to go up. Instead of view 5 star, put view 6 here, and let me just pull this up, and let's save. Okay, we have this here now, but the number is out, so we're gonna check that just now. This is text 2. No, sorry, that is just the placeholder. You can scroll to view 6. We must instead of padding left, we need to check this stars.text input, because you can see this text is outside. So go to input 1, you can see, go to your stars input 1. I have a lot of negatives here. You can delete this, it's just not needed, and save that. Let's see. Awesome, this is perfect now. So there have been some bugs with the stars, so it didn't have to be so, but yeah, that is sorted now. We have the phone number input. So now we need to create the second text input, which is the name and the rest of them. Just scroll up. I won't have to type all this again. What I will do this time around, I'm simply going to copy what you have done and paste so that we save time. So we have created this one text input, and the second one is almost the same. As you can see, it's almost the same thing. Okay, I've left out the face, the country code as well as the flag. For now, we're gonna do this at the end. For now, let's first complete the text input as well as the back end. Then we're gonna do this at the end of the video. All right. So the next one is the name. So what I can do, I can copy what you've done already. Can copy this, and underneath here can paste it, and instead of phone number you put name, and instead of phone number again here put name, and instead of phone number again there put name. It's as simple as that. Let's see if this works for us. Yes, it's working. Then we're going to put the second one, but here autofocus, I'm going to put it false instead of true. We don't want to have this autofocused. And also the keyboard type, I don't want anything. I want to keep it to default, because this is characters and things like that. You can paste, save that, and you can see the keyboard has changed. If you go there, it changes. If you go click here, it also changes. We're going to create the third text input, which is the same thing, just the title or the placeholder which changes. So I'm going to copy again this, copy that. Let me scroll. Going to editor, and here we're going to put family name instead of name, family name, and there going to put family name as well, and there you must also put family name like that. And before we save, let me save. Alright, we have that as well. Now we're going to create the email text view. This is a bit different from the rest because you can see there's an email icon there and all the rest. So it's not complicated. We're simply going to open a view, and let me make this bigger. You can open another view here. And inside this view, what we'll do is I'm going to let me first create a style. Add the style to it. Gonna say style will be equal to styles dot view 10. Okay, and then the first thing that we're going to add to this view is an icon, and this, let's create a view for it. A view, and inside this view we're going to create the icon component, but that must first be imported. We must import icon. This is not supposed to be here. Import icon component. This will be from React Native element, from React Native element. Here is this, and now we have imported it. We can use it. Here we can call that component icon self-closing. The first thing that you have to pass is the name, which is email, and the second prop that we're going to pass is the style, and this will be styles dot email. And then also we're going to pass the color prop. This will be equal to colors dot gray. Can pass the 3, and the type will be material. Can say type, this will be equal to material, like that. Now since you have created this, I'm going to copy this and paste it again inside this view, just below the icon. Sorry, not below exactly, but just below the icon view, below this view. Paste it here. So we have created that icon, and then I've pasted this view. I've just copied one of the text input. Just trying to make it neat and easy to read. Yes, we have done this, but I have to change the stars. Instead of 11, instead of 6, we're going to put 11. And also on the text input, instead of family name, the placeholder will be email. Put email, and the style we're gonna put input 4, like that. And autofocus, you can leave it to false, and here it's gonna be the email. Also we're going to change that to email, like that. That looks good. And let's first see if there's no any error. I'm going to save it now. This is what we're building, but let me see on my emulator what it will look. I'm going to save. Let's see what happened on the emulator. Okay, we have the email, but the icon is not showing. So let's say, okay, the name of the icon, I put a wrong name. It's not name, it's supposed to be email. Sorry for that. Let's save and see what happens. Or awesome, we have the email now there. We're moving to the last text input, which is the password. This is also not very complicated. Let me make this bigger. We're going to use React Native animatable, and you must first import it. Let me just paste that so that we don't waste time. This is the library. We're gonna see why we use it. If you've been following these tutorials, you know why we use animatable from React Native animatable. So import that and scroll down. So now we're going to create the password. If you see the password icons are animated, so we're using animatable to create that animation, and it makes life very easy to handle those animations. So underneath this view, open a view, and in this view let's first pass some styles, and the style that we pass here will be styles.view14, view 14, like that. And then inside here, this is where we're going to create our animated views. The first one is gonna be animatable.view, close, and then we're gonna have the icon that must be animated, and this will be self-closing. To the icon we're gonna pass the name, which will be equal to lock, and icon style, okay, we can simply pass an object here, pass the color, but actually we don't have to do this. We can simply pass the color to the icon. All right, color, this will be colors.gray 3. So set colors.gray 3, and now let's pass the other prop, which is the type, and the type is material. Say material. And also we can pass some stars to this, just to control this component. I'm just gonna say give it a margin right of 10. Awesome. That being created, we're going now to create a text input. What I will do is I will just copy this text input on top, so we don't waste time trying to reinvent the wheel. Copy this and paste it below this animatable view that you've just created. Paste it there, and now the placeholder, instead of email, put password, and what else? To this one We're going to add some event listeners. Let me just try to open the emulator. You can see when I click there, it animates. It also animates when I press there. So we have to know when is the text input focused and when it's not focused. So we have to be able to listen from the events. For example, when it's blurred, you can see that the icon animated. If I focus, the icons animate again. If I blur, you see the icon animate. So we must listen to those events and know what to do. That when it's blurred, we animate. When it's focus, what type of animation must be done. So we're going to add some event to this, but before that, let's first change this to password as well. To password, and the value will be password. And now the first event listener, I said it's gonna be on focus. When the text input is focused, we must do something. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna create some state, and what I'm going to say is just set, you can say set password forecast to true. We're going to create this state. This is a state. We're going to use the use state hook to create this state into our app. And the second event that we're gonna listen is on blur. When this text input is blurred, I'm gonna say set password blurred. Hope the spelling is right, to true. Now we have created, we've used this state, but they are not yet created. What the hell did I write here? It's supposed to be true, like that. Set password blurred. No, this is supposed to be blurred like that, and the other one set password forecast. So let's create the state. Scroll up and import the use set from React. I say use state, and now we've imported that, we can create the password, set password state. Say const, I'm gonna say password forecast, and then we say set password forecast, and we pass the initial value, and this will be false. Assume it false. And also gonna use create a state for password blurred. I'm gonna say password blurred, and set password blurred, and we must pass an initial value to this. It will be use state. We pass false as well. There's a mistake here, yeah. And let's scroll again. Let's go back to our, we have done that. I think everything looks okay. Now we must create another icon. We can simply copy what is on top here, copy this and paste it below this text input. and instead of lock we're going to say visibility off, and the rest is the same. The rest is indeed the same. And on this one we don't have to pass a style. The first icon can delete that, we don't need that style there. And let's first save and see what happens before we proceed. I'm going to let me call my emulator. I'm going to save. Okay, we have something looking like a password text input, and right now nothing is happening no matter what we do. Okay, we will sort that out just now. First of all, on this style, instead of passing style 4, can just delete that and add a flex of 1, and what else? Let's save. Okay, it's beginning to look better. It's beginning to look like what we want, but still nothing is animating. So the animation is very simple, and we have both the icons. Now we have to animate them. What you do is, I think we have done this before. The first prop that we need to pass to the animatable is animation, and we're gonna say is password forecast true. If that is true, we're going to fade in. Alright, and if it's not, we're going to fade in left. And left, and also we have to pass a prop to this. Let me just make this big. Must pass a prop, another prop, or duration of the animation, which is duration. I'm gonna give it a 400 as the duration of our animation. Going to do the same for the second animatable view. You go there and pass animation prop. I'm gonna say is password blurred. If this is true, we're gonna say fade in left, and if it's false, I'm gonna say fade in right. And we must also create the animation duration, so we're gonna pass a duration prop, keep it 400 as well. And that looks to be all. I'm going to, let's see at the emulator. Let me go to the emulator. We are here. I'm going to save. Okay, let me forecast. You can see that's animate. Let me blur. You can see it animate again and so forth. So that's awesome. Now let's see what is left. According to our final app, we must also now create the button. You need to create this text as well as these two buttons and the rest, and that's very simple. Let me just make this bigger. So you can scroll a bit down or up instead. Going to create something, and just outside this view, open a view, and inside this view I'm going to look. Okay, first of all, let's pass some style to it. Style here will be styles dot view 15, and after that we're going to create a text input, or not a text, just a normal text component. Let's say text, and we pass a style to it. Style will be called styles dot text 3, and here it's simply for the user to agree with the terms and condition of creating an account with your app. So just going to say by creating or logging into an account, you are okay, let's kind of stop there for now and open another view. You will see later why we've done this like this. For now, just follow what I'm doing. And to this view we pass a style of 16, styles equal to styles dot view 16. So we can create a text component, and I'm going to add a style to it. Style equal to styles dot text 3 again, and I'm going to just copy some text so that we don't have to waste time. We are here. Let me paste this. So this text would read, by creating or logging into an account you are agreeing with our. So we need to create another text input. I'm simply gonna copy and paste another text input there. I don't want to waste time typing this. Here's another text input I've pasted with a style of 4, agreeing with our terms and conditions. Okay, and I'm going to paste again another text input just below this, and this one will have a styles of text tree, and then I'm going to add another text input. Let me paste that, privacy statement, and the text input, the style is input 4. Okay, normally it's not supposed to be input 4, but we'll see why is it input 4. So by creating or logging into an account, you are agreeing with our terms and conditions and privacy statement. This is to protect yourself, that you're not liable for anything that can go wrong by the user using your application. So if they use your application, they use it at their own risk. And first of all, let's see what this will look on the app. This is what we've been doing, and I can see this is wrong. This style is wrong. It's not supposed to be input 4. This is supposed to be text 4. Sorry for the error there, and even in the final app I need to adjust that as well. But let's go to our emulator. I'm going to save it. Okay, there we have the text. We have the text there, and actually there's something I want to adjust. I can put this outside of this view, cut it and put it outside of this view. Can paste it there, and let's save. Alright, I wanted it to be like that. This is perfect. Now we're going to create a button. The button which will allow us to submit the text captured from all this input. So this is very simple as well. You can get out of this view, which is view 15, create another view, gonna create a view. Sorry guys, and pass a style to it. So equal to stars dot view 17. And going to import a button component from React Native element. So scroll up where we've imported the icon, import also a button component, button from React Native element, and then inside here we're going to call that component. It's very simple and straightforward. So we're going to say button self-closing component, and to this button I'm going to pass some props. The first one is the title, which will be equal to, this will be sign in. Is it sign in? No, this will be create an account. Sorry guys, it's equal to create an account, create my account. And the other prop that we need to pass is the button style. This will be stars dot button 1, and we also have to pass the title style prop, which will be equal to stars dot title 1, and then we're going to listen from some event. I'm gonna say on press. This we're gonna activate the handle submit from Formik. This will be props dot handle submit. So let's go back to our emulator. Sorry, we are already on the right place. This is our emulator. So let's save and see what we have. Okay, I see the title is not visible. Title 1. Let's scroll to title 1. Let's see. Title 1. Okay, let's search it quickly. And title. Here it is. I think we have, and the button. Okay, actually it's on the button. Instead of background, we have to change that to, we are on the button 1 style, which is this, and on the colors we're gonna put colors dot buttons, and let's save. And okay, that was for the border. We have also to change there on the background. This should be buttons. Save. Awesome, this looks good. You have the creator thing there. Now we also need to create the rest of the element. So let me make this big. Outside this Formik, create another view, and inside this view create a text component and put the O, and in this view we must pass some styles, and this style will be equal to stars dot 18, view 18 I mean, and to the text component we pass some styles as well, and the style here will be stars dot text 5, and we open another view again, and inside this view we pass a star to it. This will be stars equal to stars dot view 19, and we open again another another view inside this, so here we're gonna pass again a star to it, and the star here will be equal to stars dot view 20, and inside this view going to open a text component, and the text component we have to pass some stars to it as well. This will be stars equal to stars dot text 6, and I'm just gonna paste some text here. This will be already have an account with Express Food, Okay, that will be a question. If the user have an account, they can log in. So we need to create a login button. So open another view below this one, view. Why is it not closing itself? And let's pass some stars to this view. And here will be stars dot view 21. And we're going to create a button here. We've imported the button already from React Native element. This will be a self-closing component, and we pass some props. And the first prop will be title. This title will be equal to sign in. And the button style equal to styles dot button 2, and we must also pass the title style, and this will be equal to styles dot title 2, and we must create an event to listen to on press event. When you want to sign in, we want to take you back to the sign in screen if you have an account already. So let's say navigation dot navigate, and then we go to the sign in screen. Alright, so I'm going to make this small, and we're gonna look at the emulator to see what happens. I'm going to save, and let's see. Alright, we have something there. Already have an account with Express Food, but this view is not what we want. So let's see what's happening with the stars. And because that button is supposed to look like this one. You have a button here. This is what's supposed to look like. So let's see why is it not the same in our case. Let me scroll up. I'm going to make this bigger. Alright, I see the reason why. I think you might have seen as well. I did put here type instead of title. This is a mistake. Let's delete that and put title like that. And let me make this small again. Alright, we have that now, sign in, but we have to change the color of the text. So style title 2, you must go to title 2 style. This is at the bottom. Here we are. We must change the color to button. Put the buttons, and let's save. Alright, this is looking perfect. Now we have the UI. We must now create the backend so that when you create a user here, this user can come and sign in here. The user can come and sign in here. Alright. So if I click create an account, they take us there, and everything's perfect. This is perfect. But now if you put all the input, the user won't be registered in Firebase, and they won't be able to sign in the inside your app. Now let's add the back end so that the user can sign in Firebase. And this is very simple. Let me first close this. Let me close that. And alright, so you can scroll up. You're going to create a sign up function. because remember, when you're submitting your forms, this is the function that you, this is not supposed to be sign up screen, this is supposed to be just sign up. This is the function that you're calling. You can start with small letter. This is the function that we need to create, the sign up, where we're gonna pass this value, and then we call this function also in Firebase to sign up our user. Going to make this bigger and scroll up, and here we're going to create a sign up function, and you're gonna see that this is very straightforward. We're going to create an asynchronous function. The reason why we're gonna create an asynchronous function is because we're gonna be communicating with a back end, which is our server, and it has to be asynchronous because there will be delays and things like that in between until you get the response. So we're gonna say async function, and the name I'm going to call it sign up, as we've done it already. This is the function name, and we're gonna say it's gonna be receiving some values, and once you have this, I'm going to destructure some data. The main data that I need right now, even though I'm capturing a lot of data from the user, but the main thing that I want is the email and the password. Those are the two data that I want right now, and we're gonna use the other data later on to save the user details, but for now, to sign up, we only need the email as well as the password. Alright, so I'm going to destructure the email and password, and this I'll take it from values like that. Okay, now that being said, I'll put something. We're gonna try to connect to the server, and I'll wait for some response. Can I say await? First of all, I must import the auth instance from Firebase, from React Native Firebase. So I'm just gonna copy the import and paste it. This is, I don't know why this thing get imported. Okay, make sure you import this auth from React Native Firebase /auth, and that being imported, we're going to now create the sign up. So what we'll do, await auth, and we're gonna say create with email and password. Okay, create user with email and password, and then we pass the email, which is the first parameter, and we pass the password, it's the second parameter. So that's it, man. That's all, and with this you will be able to create the user inside your database. And if there's any error, we will also have to catch that, but for now, so say then nothing, we don't have to do anything. Gonna say then this will be nothing that we'll have to do. Sorry, we don't have to add then, because there's nothing else that we need to do. If we sign the user, if the user signed in, there's nothing that we can just catch the errors. We can delete this for now. Delete that. So we're just gonna try to see if we can catch errors if there's any. Let's say error. So catch the errors, and we say if there's any error, I say if error code is equal to auth/email already in use. Then we're gonna have to alert. So we have to import the alert component from React Native as first imported, so that you can get a message from your app if there's any error, because here we can't console log. The user can only get notification or alert. So if this error is present, if maybe the user already exists or someone else is using that username or email, then we're going to alert the user that alert the message will simply be that email address is already in use. Okay, I think this makes sense. If the email is in use, we alert the user that the email is already in use. Okay, and otherwise if can also say if the error code error.code is equal to auth/invalid email, you want to tell the user that the email is invalid. So I'm gonna just copy this alert component, put it there, alert the user that email is invalid. And if we don't know, then if none of the above is true, else we just gonna throw the all error message. Alert, then we pass the all error message or code. Okay, now let's save and let's go to our emulator. I'm going to try to create a user and see if that user will be created inside our app. All right, for example, the phone number, I can put some numbers 1 1 2 3 4 and so forth. And right now we're not validating any data. It's not part of this video. We'll do some validation later on, but for now we're just gonna see if we can create the user, and the user will name, we can say express, and family name food. This is just for demonstration purpose. You can try it yourself and see. And the email, you can say express food at gmail.com. I did write express with a mistake. Express food at gmail.com. all right, In the password, I'm just going to put 1 2 3 4 5 6. And now let's create the account. And before that, if the account has been successfully created, I want to get a notification, or let me print it to the console. I'm just gonna say after this console.log user account created. Okay, and let me save this. Let me make it small, and I'm going to bring my Node.js console, and let's create now the user and see if you're gonna get the message of the user created. Awesome, user account created. That means we have created the user with express food email address in our Firebase. Now let's go to our Firebase console to see if this user has been created. I'm going to open my browser. I'm just going to open my browser quickly. I'm gonna go to the Firebase console. Let me see. Okay, I have to log out. I have a lot of accounts. This is the one. I'm assigning this on. I'm just signing inside my account. In the meanwhile, you can also sign into your Google account, the one that you have registered your Firebase with, so that to check that the user that you have created is now registered into Firebase account. I'm just signing in my just taking a bit of a while for me to sign in. I'm gonna go to Firebase console. Go to console. Once you log in your Firebase account, you can go to the console, and this must be the account that is registered with your app, and this is the app Express Food. And go to authentication. Awesome, you can see that this is the email that you have used to create, that you have created our account with. We've just created our account now, and this is the user that you have created, and you have successfully created your user. And just tap in the comment if it's working for you. Just write that it's working, so I know that you guys are winning with this project as well as you're moving forward. So you have managed to create the user from our app. Now one thing that I'm gonna do, let's try to sign in. We can use that email that we have created, and remember that when you sign in, we used to get a message here that you have signed in. So let me just sign in Express Food. This is the user that you have created at gmail.com, and the password was 1 2 3 4 5 6. Let's see what happened. You see that message here, user signed in. So the user we've created with our sign up screen, and now you have signed in. Okay, now you can see that so far, even though you've signed in, but we are not granted access to our app. We are signed in, but the access to our app has not been given to the user. In the next video, we're going to create what is called the authentication flow. So the authentication flow will allow you that when the user is signed in with your Firebase account, then they will be given access to the app. It's very simple. We're going to be using React navigation, and React navigation gives us a very easy way to do it. So we're going to use also some data store. We're going to be making the combination of React context as well as the use reducers hooks to be able to create the authentication flow. So I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, keep safe and take care. Bye bye.